Now we're going to do this bit. Okay, so here we go. Right. So the answer to number one, I'm afraid we have very little money left or a little money left. Well, I'm afraid means it's bad news. And very little means not much. Okay. A little means some. Don't forget, a few is some. Very little is not much. Okay. Did I say a few? Sorry, a little is some, very little is not much. A few is some, and few or very few is not many. Okay, and that's the big difference that we've got. I think I'll send you a link with a grammar website to show you that, or you can look in the back of the book. So bad news means not much, doesn't it? Yep. So the answer to number one will be, I'm afraid we have very little money left, okay, around here. And that's a great highlighter, isn't it? Oh, it's all going wrong. Mind you, that's my fault today. Right. Number two, I have a few cousins means some. I have few cousins. Nobody says that. People say I don't have many cousins, okay? So I have very few would be okay. I have a few cousins, but not as many as you. Some cousins, but not as many as you is the correct answer. Number three, we only spent not much time in Paris. You can't say only and then not much, can you? That's nonsense. Okay, so it must be with this one. Let's check it. We only spent a short time in Paris. You can also say a little bit of time if you want. I read far less books than I used to, or far fewer books than I used to. Well, again, this is a funny one because most English speakers nowadays don't make or many English speakers don't make a big difference between less and fewer. People use less for everything. I do when I'm not in the classroom. Okay, so fewer is when it's countable, and less is when it's uncountable. Okay, so you could say I read far less than I used to, or I read far fewer books than I used to, but nobody says it anymore. We say less. The reason for this is because the opposite of less is more, and the opposite of fewer is more. So if we changed it, you could say I read far more than I used to, and I read far more books than I used to. So most people nowadays use less for both. You should say there is less traffic on the roads. There are fewer cars on the roads during lockdown. Okay, but you'll hear people say there are less cars on the road than before lockdown. Now, yeah, okay, the grammar is incorrect, but if everybody's using it, it's creeping into the language, and I think there's a logic there because, like I said, the opposite of both of those is more. So why should it be important that you can count it or not when it's decreasing and going down? But if it's going up and increasing, it's more for both of them. Okay, so less is the wrong answer there. I don't know why I just highlighted that. I'm giving you the wrong answer. And the correct answer is I read far fewer books than I used to, but don't worry about that one. Okay, right. Number five is everybody enjoyed the meal. We don't say all people when it's a distinct, definite group of people. Okay, everybody who was in the restaurant enjoyed the meal. Okay, not all people. All people sounds like everybody in the universe, and it's not very typical anyway. Number six, my house was flooded last year. Everything was ruined. We can't use all without a noun if we're talking about things, objects. So everything was ruined. Everyone from work was at the party. All the people from work was at the party. Right, what's the problem here? We can use both of these, but listen carefully. Everyone from work was at the party. All the people from work were at the party. Yes, it's subject-verb agreement. People is plural, and this says was, which is singular. So the answer must be everyone from work was at the party. Okay, the last one, plenty of means a lot of. The of is missing here, so it's an absolutely stupid question. And with the mood that I'm in because I couldn't do my live lesson, put the of here, and they're both correct. Plenty of means more than we need, and a lot of sunshine would also be correct, but there's no of. Okay, that was what I wanted to do with you, and I'm sorry you've had to put up with just my voice and you.